Disclaimer, the comments made in this video are intended for entertainment purposes only and are not intended to offend anyone.
Hello and welcome. Today we're spotlighting the most wide-eyed, jaw-clutching moments of Gen Z realizing the workplace isn't a runway for neon hair and metal collections. First up, an employment theorist counting piercings like resume bullets.
Hey guys, I think we need to talk about some So, piercings, right? There are so many piercings that are like unconventional, but they've been normalized through like TikTok. So like eyebrow piercings, nose bridge piercings, lip piercings. I don't know the correct term for it, but whatever. Anyways, in my theory and in my opinion, I be feeling like these are like our new unconventional beauty standard, because what type of jobs do y'all be having with those piercings? Every single time that I go to a job, even if I apply with like anything other than like a little nose stud, they're like, maybe that's just because I live in Georgia and not New York or anything like that. I feel like maybe they don't give a care, but damn, I feel like these piercings are like so normal on TikTok, and it's like, oh, if you don't have one of these piercings, you know, especially if you're part of the alternative community. But then you go in real life and you can only get a job at like Burger King or a smoothie place or Panera Bread or I don't know.
She insists eyebrow and nose bridge rings are the new beauty standard, then wonders why hiring managers in Georgia aren't impressed. TikTok thinks it's normal, but she keeps landing at Burger King instead of the corner office. Now the next contender in the Job Hunt Comedy Hour, a self-appointed HR expert demanding answers about her nose jewelry.
I just want to know, what about a piercing makes you unprofessional? Like, answer quickly. Actually, time's up. Nothing about a piercing makes you unprofessional. It's about your qualifications and your behavior. Why should a piercing dictate whether I'm worthy of having a job?
In her car with braided hair and glasses, she fires off, "What about a piercing makes you unprofessional? Time's up." Then claims it never matters, though TikTok applause still isn't a paycheck. Next up, a McDonald's recruit who thought the golden arches meant golden freedom for her piercings. She grins in full uniform, tossing hand signs like a bonus arrived. Seconds later, the beat cuts, text shouts, "Job doesn't allow piercings," and the earrings come off. Here's our next job market philosopher quietly panicking about her eyebrow ring before the interview even starts.
If anyone's had an assistant psychologist or clinical psychologist interview, did having piercings affect your ability to get the job? I mean, you probably wouldn't know that because they wouldn't say that's the reason why, but I'm worried. These look unprofessional, but I really like them. And obviously they don't impact the experience I've got or the education I've had that would contribute to me getting the role. But I'm worried people might have a subconscious bias and think it looks unprofessional, and I don't want to take them out, but I also want to get an assistant psychologist.
She crowdsources reassurance like group therapy, asking if a nose stud can tank a psychologist role. Her resume is strong, but the self-analysis over jewelry could fill a session. In this clip, a future CPA learning the hard truth about corporate chic.
We went to visit Deloitte, and we also took professional headshots. So I actually took out my snake bites, obviously, because I want to look professional. But yeah, when I go to the offices, I don't really see anyone with a single piercing, not even a nose piercing or anything. So I just want to know, like, is it really that uncommon to do it? Like, I understand the profession is very important to look professional and stuff like that, but can we not have like any piercings at all? And I feel like a lot of people say that it's progressed, that they're a lot more lenient now, especially when it comes to tattoos and stuff like that. But in terms of piercings, especially on your face, I would say that so far what I've noticed is that they're not common and they're still seen as very unprofessional. So yeah, I don't know, I just wanted to put that out there for anyone, because obviously, I mean, you could always take them out and put them back in. It's just kind of a hassle, not a struggle, just a hassle to be taking them in and out all the time. But yeah, I don't know if there's anyone out there who has piercings in the accounting world. Let me know what that's like, because how am I gonna show up with this?
She pulled out her snake bites for a Deloitte photo shoot, shocked that accounting offices aren't buzzing with lip rings. Newsflash: balance sheets love neutrality. If your piercings need a hiding place, public accounting might not be your catwalk. This time, a pink-tipped go-getter testing the apply-in-person advice.
People are always saying that Gen Z doesn't want to work, that we're lazy, and we just don't want to put any effort into our work, and that is just not true. I'm out here going door to door. I'm so nervous right now, but I'm going door to door from vet clinic to vet clinic, trying to hand out my resume, hand out a letter of recommendation that I got from one of my animal science professors. I'm trying to put myself out there. I want to work. I'm so nervous that I'm not going to get a single interview. It's always the older generation that is saying you need to go door to door, hand out your resume in person. So I'm taking y'all's advice. I'm doing that. I went and bought a new outfit so I look a little more professional. I went and typed a new resume, got that printed out. I got my letter of recommendation printed. I'm so nervous though. So everyone, let's manifest that I get a job interview because I'm terrified. And also, I low-key have no idea what I'm supposed to even say. I was told to walk in and maybe ask for a manager to speak to, but I really don't. I'm just so awkward of a person. I don't know how well this is going to go, but we're gonna go try it.
She's dropping resumes at veterinary clinics with a letter of recommendation and fresh outfit, only to sense that neon hair and piercings get noticed first. Turns out enthusiasm doesn't always outshine fluorescent highlights. Now, a car seat philosopher laughing at the "take out your piercings" lecture.
So I was on the phone with my boy yesterday, and he was talking about if you want a good paying job, you're gonna have to take those piercings out. Nobody's gonna accept you with that on.
You're gonna have to take these off of my dead body, bro. Ain't nobody taking away my swag like that.
He mocks the old school warning that no one hires a face full of metal, then shouts that they'll have to pry his jewelry off his dead body. HR memos meet stainless steel attitude. This time, a straight-faced nod to every hiring manager's nightmare accessory. A blonde stares into the lens while text deadpans. An eyebrow piercing is the highest symbol of teenage unemployment. No eyebrow ring in sight, just the quiet punchline that says the stereotype wears itself. Here's Workplace Fashion Week Stealth Edition. A woman rests her chin on a ring-covered hand while text spells out POV, "Your work doesn't allow piercings." She tilts to show a flesh-colored bandage hiding the evidence. Corporate camouflage, but make it trending. Now wolf-cut reality colliding with the break room.
When I was a little lad, if I wanted berries and cream, Mummy made me do the little lad dance.
Text flashes POV having a wolf cut in a job where you gotta put your hair up, while a straight-faced lip sync to the berries and cream meme plays. Trendy hair meets mandatory ponytail, and the punchline writes itself. This time, a hair trend wrestling with reality.
For Gen Z, it's really hard because the efforts that I go to make sure that my hair is cool while also not being lazy and not doing stuff to my face. I don't have lash extensions, it's a filter. So I shaved my hair in the back last summer, and then I had long hair, and I was oh cool, I'm really I'm different, you know. And now I'm oh, it's growing out, and I'll get a bob and it'll just look cute when I grow it out. And now I got my bob, and I look simultaneously a 14-year-old who has a wolf cut, and then also I can just look in the mirror and be oh my god, I look like a 90s mother. I look like my mom did in the 90s.
She runs through every awkward stage from shaved back to grown-out bob, joking that she now looks like a 14-year-old with a wolf cut or a 90s mom. Fashion cycle complete, hiring managers still not impressed. Here's a wolf cut facing workplace reality.
When I was a little lad, if I wanted berries and cream, Mummy made me do the little lad dance.
She starts with sad music and a heavy sigh about pinning up her two-tone layers for the job, then flips to the berries and cream meme with a grin. Corporate rules win, but the joke lands harder. Then a parenting skit with a law degree punchline.
Where do you think you're going?
I was just...
No, you're not. You're going to the Krusty Krab.
Blue-eyed and nose-pierced, they lip-sync a SpongeBob argument about career plans while the caption drags a gender-fluid wolf-cut child back to the Krusty Krab. The joke hits harder than any lecture about professional ambition. Here's a car confessional with a victory lap.
Hey, fellow truth seekers. It's so awkward. Okay, something I noticed on TikTok is everyone on my For You page has piercings. Like, look at how our generation single-handedly normalized. Like, my parents' generation would never. Like, I remember when I was applying to my first job ever as a caregiver, they were like, "Oh, you're not allowed to have nose piercings." And I'm like, and I was looking like I was just not gonna accept the job. I was just gonna walk out. They're like, okay, it's fine. But they were so adamant. I'm like, the old people I've been with, they don't even really care. They think it's cool. They're like, oh, it's professionalism. But look at how we're changing the definition of professionalism, which is rooted in white supremacy anyway. Like, our generation did that. Like, clap for yourselves. Not sarcastic.
Purple bandana, double piercings, and zero apologies, she credits Gen Z for making nose rings office casual and calls old professionalism outdated. Her message is clear. The dress code lost, the piercing stayed, and her generation is clapping for itself. Now the grand finale of the Piercing Pity Tour, a moody close-up framed like a protest poster.
You think I'm crazy, you think I'm gone, so what if I'm crazy, all the best people are.
Text cries, I can't have bright hair, piercings, or tattoos if I want a regular job, while she sighs to punk music and twirls a streak of dyed hair as if HR policies personally target her playlist. Next on the But My Piercings Are Professional tour, a confident business owner swats at old dress codes like flies.
Tattoos and piercings are totally not unprofessional. So to that you say, well, would you let somebody with piercings and tattoos operate on you? Absolutely. Because if I was living where my grandparents are from, my doctor, male or female, would have all their tribal markings and piercings and still would be able to service me, whether they're, whether it's medicine, prayer, whatever it is. So am I really the right person to ask for that, or did I not give you the response that you were expecting? Same thing here. I've seen so many times people with piercings and tattoos get turned away, overqualified for a job, but because they have piercings and tattoos, they turn them away and give the job to somebody who doesn't have any and don't know up from down. Y'all got to get out of that way of thinking. It is 2024. I cannot believe that this is still an issue. But what I am happy to say is the people who put those rules in place, they're phasing out. And I'm happy to see it.
Draped in a red silk robe and matching shower cap, she argues tattoos and piercings never stopped anyone from saving lives, lecturing the camera about outdated hiring bias as if HR is tuned in. Here's another hopeful applicant treating a nose stud like a constitutional right.
Okay, I have a question to my facial pierced baddies. I genuinely need help. Okay, so I applied to a job and then they told me that I can't have my nose piercing. And I was like, okay. But I don't want to get rid of this girl and I don't want my piercing to close either. What can I do to prevent it from closing? And I've had my nose pierced for almost a year. But and it's healed. I can easily pull it out and put it. Wait. Sorry, I don't know how to put this. Oh my god, wait, that was so disgusting. But I almost just did. Okay, but I can easily put it just back in and it doesn't hurt or anything like that. But I don't know what to do, guys.
She pleads for facial pierced baddies to save her job prospects, explaining the boss wants the jewelry gone. Instead of a retainer or compromise, she demonstrates her piercing routine on camera, convinced TikTok advice beats an HR policy every time. This time, a masterclass in instant rejection, starring a face full of silver and zero patience.
Immediately no. Immediately no. I'm telling you right now, I seen what I needed to see.
The text warns must remove all jewelry and piercings, and the response is pure eye-roll theater. Wide-eyed glare, slow blink, resigned head tilt. The audio chants immediately no, like a tiny HR protest anthem. Here's a walking jewelry display shutting down the interview before it starts.
Okay, well then it's not gonna be a conversation, so let me take my chain off. Wait, no, it's not gonna be a conversation.
Dreadlocks, headband, and enough metal to set off every airport scanner. The text says remove over $300 worth of piercings, and the lip sync fires back, not even a discussion. Guess that job offer just pierced itself. Finally, a glitter eyeshadow philosopher with a face full of metal claims the real drama is Gen Z versus millennials.
Gen Z millennial beef must be between younger Gen Z and millennials, because I know that growing up, literally all I wanted to be was a millennial. See the side part? I needed to be them. They were the blueprint.
She points at her side part like it's groundbreaking, calls millennials the blueprint, and wonders why her job applications keep disappearing. Sure, it's the birth year. That's a wrap on today's piercing panic and hair dye heartbreak. From shocked interviews to sudden dress code awakenings, the clash between corporate policies and TikTok trends keeps delivering. Like, subscribe and maybe check the employee handbook before adding another hoop or shade of ultraviolet to your next job hunt.